Hello, this is Sean Copeland, Chairman and CEO of Regent Bank, and welcome to another edition of Regent Elevate, and we're going to continue our 5 Questions to Significance series today by talking about question number 4. Before we do, just a little bit of background in case you're just joining us for the first time. This is a series of 5 questions that I developed after talking with 112 individuals who are very meaningful in my life. They have abundant lives, joyous lives, they're giving, they're just very, very significant. So here's what I found out so far. All of them focus more on others than they do themselves. All of them have a very clear vision of who they want to be. All of them commit to being the very best at everything that they do. They do not sleepwalk. And now number 4, let me start with the story. There was a gentleman, a friend of mine by the name of Shawn Achor. And Shawn Achor is a positive psychology professor at Harvard. I got skipped up there for a second because I said there was a gentleman. He's still around. He's about my age. So Shawn grew up in Waco, Texas, really wanted to go to Harvard, had good grades, but didn't think he would have good enough grades to get into Harvard, and he does. He goes there to school, he does well, goes away, gets his master's, PhD, comes back and is hired to teach. And it's like the dream of a lifetime. So when he begins to teach his first freshman level positive psychology class, he realizes that many of his students appear to be very lethargic or frustrated and just kind of certainly not happy. And he, as a psychologist, he learns that 80% of his students are clinically depressed. Now, why would that be the case when they are at Harvard? They have every advantage. They're highly intelligent. They've been very successful. Why would 80% of them be depressed? Well, as he dug into his research, he found that it was because they felt like they were letting everyone down. They were used to being number 1, where they came from, the smartest, the best, and now there was only one person in this class that was the best, and everybody else was not. So this was frustrating. And so then he began to think, well, what about the other 20% that are happy? Why are they happy? Because under this theory, there should be one happy person, and everybody else should be depressed. So here's what he found out. The individuals that were still vibrant and happy were also frustrated that they weren't number 1. But the difference is they were very grateful for the experience that they had there at Harvard. When they would get up in the morning, they would look around and go, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I am here at Harvard. The gratitude that they had overwhelmed the feelings of frustration from not being the top student. And that is what allowed them to continue to function in a proper way. So what I found out when I interviewed this 112 people is these individuals were simply more grateful for what they had been given. When I talked to them, to a person, every one of them, I would ask, tell me how did you build such a great life? And they would go, oh my gosh, Sean, I'm just so thankful. I've been given a great family. I've been blessed with an amazing team. I was at the right place at the right time. It's not me, it's them. It's just remarkable. There wasn't anyone who took the credit. There wasn't anyone who said it was because of them. All of them were just very, very grateful. So what I learned with this 112, that the number 4 question we need to ask ourselves every day is, am I truly grateful for what I have been given? So often we tend to look at what we don't have. No matter what we have, we always want something more, and that can lead to frustration and can certainly lead to a life that is not abundant and is not significant. So thank you for joining us for question number 4. We'll wrap up this series with question 5 next week. Thank you.